Gurudev Pranam.
Pranam.
Gurudev, may I ask you a question from Patanjali Yoga Sutra?
Of course.
Gurudev, generally we think that discipline is a heavier thing for us. And the very first verse or mantra of Patanjali Yoga Sutra is Atha Yoga Anushasanam. So what is Anushasan, Gurudev?
Discipline. Discipline is Anusashan. Anusashan. Following the code and conduct. Shasan. Shash means to rule. So the regulation that is there. Shash, Shasan and Anushasan. Following that regulation. So everybody has to follow in the world certain regulation, certain structure. Certain structure has to be followed. Here, Anushasan has a vast meaning. Yoga Anusasana, that you have to take in consideration. That here is a Yoga Anusasanam. It is the Anusasana of yoga, not material Anusasana, not mundane Anusasana, not even supramundane. It is supramental. Your discipline, the kind of discipline you follow, that discipline should lead you to beyond mind, beyond normal consciousness, superconscious state. Why the serious part of the Anusasana is given in the beginning, beginners. For the beginners, very serious part of the question. It is because of system. In those days, introduction was of the higher level first. The deeper, difficult level that is introduced, that you have to overcome this, you have to do this, and then comes to the process. That is why. The subject is different, actually speaking. You cannot teach Sanskrit like this. Sanskrit teaching is different, but this aphorism, explanation of aphorism is different. So difficult part is introduced to the student first. That this part, start, is working, is beginning working like Atha Yoganusasanam, Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha, Tada Dushtu Swarupa Avasthanam. So this way, practical lesson, what you have to do practically, that is introduced to you, and you are asked to practice it also.
Good. Yet, as you have said that these disciplines, this Yoga Anusasanam leads the one who is practicing to the superconscious level. But there are some disciplines in Yam, Niyam, Ashtanga Yoga. So I think these disciplines are helpful.
All Yoga Anusasana.
They are also Yoga Anusasanam.
Of course.
And they are also helpful in worldly life also. Because Ahimsa, Satya, Aparigraha, Brahmacharya.
In every field, I think, of the world existence,
Yes.
human existence, in every field, these disciplines are useful. That is why they are called Sarvabhauma Mahabrata.
Yes.
Universal, great moral code, code and conduct. Without yama niyama, Anusasana cannot be possible. Without yama and niyama, no Anusasana is possible. Yoga Anusasana also cannot be properly done. You may try, but it becomes difficult if without following yama niyama properly. It becomes very difficult. You become troubled. But if you go on chasing it, trying to follow it steadily, in that case you can slowly overcome your obstacles. Like you may have some greed, you may have greed for some man, some woman, some child, attachment for them. You follow my point. So these things can be overcome by practicing this. Like a leaf, when it is dry, it falls off automatically when the wind comes, little wind. So exactly in the same way, if you go on practicing, abhyas and vairagya, you will slowly overcome the obstacles.
There are certain disciplines imposed by the authority, government rules and regulations, and there are certain disciplines we have to develop within ourselves. So how the discipline becomes natural, that without authority, without imposition, we abide by such disciplines.
Now some students study out of inspiration, and some students study out of pressure. Pressure of parents, pressure of teacher, pressure of the situation. He studies because he has to pass the examination. So disciplines imposed by government are followed, but they don't give you real spiritual progress. For spiritual progress, you have to have the inspiration from within. By all means, I have to accomplish this. So I must practice meditation, I must practice yoga, mantra, and all sorts of studies. And when you take it as your main purpose, then only you are successful, actually speaking. If you have not given it the foremost importance, the success will not come. Like Aurobindo says, he who gives God a second place gives him no place at all. So the one who gives God a second place gives him no place at all. Exactly in the same way, the way of God, the Anusashan of God, the discipline of God, the one who has not given importance to the Supreme, doesn't become successful.
So the first mantra is Atha Yoga Anushasanam. So for yoga, certain preparation or certain intellectual ground is needed for you to practice yoga or to attain super conscious level. General people, I think they cannot achieve it, or they cannot even understand. Or
only thing is aspiration. Aspiration. And when aspiration is there, no intellectual development is needed, no intellectuality is needed, and but it should not be gross, a man of a gross understanding, gross just worldly things. Tamogun, Tamoguni Vidya, the one who has only Tamogun, he cannot do anything. You should have some sattva, you should have some intelligence. You may not be intellectual, but you must be intelligent. Intelligence is a different thing, intellectuality is a different thing. Intelligence is much superior than intellectuality even. Intellectuality comes from the books, and intelligence is self-created, understanding, So intelligence is needed.
Yes. And certain human qualities are also needed, no? Faith.
Oh, now when there is yama niyama, human qualities will automatically come. And some human qualities like charity, but purity, yoga, tapa, yoga, all these things is for purity, for making the soul pure. But yama niyama, following yama niyama itself will be very helpful for human qualities.
Thank you, Gurudev.